whoever you're learning from, says I should be doing and practicing and studying. And I should be pressing into that and finding my entertainment and growth in that result, not silly shit. Hiding from the losing trades, pretending they didn't exist, only looking at the wins and over leveraging dumb shit to feel like you're doing something constructive. You're not. If you're over leveraging your demo, your paper trading account, just to run off a fake number, what do you do? Oh, it's stupid. It's dumb. Getting in a demo account and practicing your entries, getting in there practicing so you can have very, very low drawdown, and then doing lots of sample sets like that, that's constructive use of a demo. Not over leveraging just to see what you can do with it, because it's not doing anything for you. You can't spend that money. You're wasting time that you could have been using for entry drills, getting in there, waiting for the market to trade into an order block, a fair value gap, and trying to nail the middle point. Consequent encroachment of a fair value gap. That's a skill set that you should be practicing all the time on all time frames. If it stops you out or goes through the fair value gap, who cares? What you're doing is you're conditioning yourself to wait and watch for it to trade into that. And then when it does, and it goes up and you're trying to trade into a sell-side liquidity or something in discount, in other words, going short, and then you're watching price trade up into that fair value gap. Watch with your eyeball. When it hits the midpoint, you time it right then and there. Boom. That's a timing drill, and it's also, it completely desensitizes yourself to selling short in up moves. Because there's a lot of you that are going to be scared of doing that. Some of you are probably terrified right now. I just don't know if I can do that, man. Like, how do you know that it won't go through the fair value gap? Well, how do you know? It's because you've done it hundreds of times. You've conditioned yourself to see, oh, this is what it looks like. See, you all want to see the fair value gap work, but you don't want to practice when it trades into it. Even with a demo, it's like you're scared to get the results. Just like my son this morning. I made him do it right in front of me. It probably would have been a lot easier for him had he not done it right in front of me. But because I was watching, every losing trade felt like the weight of the world on his shoulders. Now, I'm not the kind of dad in this. I would never say, I told you so. You dumbass. Why didn't you listen to your dad? I would never do that. I don't want to do anything to steer him away from wanting to do this. I've been wanting all of my children to do this. And now, to see him want to do it, I want to make sure he does everything right. And I want to encourage him. I want to keep him going the right way. And, hopefully I'll be successful in that regard. But, that remains to be seen. But he's a human being just like you and I are. Doing dumb things. Playing stupid games and winning stupid prizes, right? But when you're 18 and you're a young male and an athlete, and typically, that's already enough to be an ego-tripping maniac. But now you add to it that he's got my DNA in him, and he wants to prove his dad that he's, capable. It's just a perfect recipe for him to just blow up, and I don't want him to do that. Like, I'm very, very, very interested in making sure he does everything right. Because I know once he sees it's done correctly, he can do what he does at his coffee shop in one trade. What he would earn at the whole entire month at that shit show, he can do that in one trade. I want him to experience that. Because once that happens, the magic really begins. Because he'll be like, oh, hell no. No more video games. No more other dumb shit. I'm going to do this. Because then he'll want to take that skill set and show his friends that, look, this is what I'm able to do. His friends don't know he's doing any of that right now. Soccer team players, none of them know anything about it. They all know me and who I am, but they don't know that he's involved in it yet. And he wants to be able to say, this is what I was able to do. Boom. Because he wants to teach them. That's cool. But I want him to learn properly. And we all know what it's like when we first started doing this stuff. We did everything wrong. We made excuses for why we did it. Oh, it's harmless. It's only a demo. Who cares, right? But that's how it starts. That's how toxic thinking, that's how stupid, lazy, wasting time, dumb stuff, instead of going in there and doing laboratory experiments, timing, entries, trying to do entries with the least amount of drawdown, running out the, sell side, waiting for it when it's so obvious, when you still have 5 handles left. This is another exercise I like to do. Right before it runs out an old low, you are chasing price in this drill. You are doing that. But drop down into a 15-second chart and wait for price to run up into a volume imbalance or a premium fair value gap on a 15-second chart. Right before it goes to a new low to run out, like sell side, that is an exercise I like to do all the time. Like, I do that many times while I'm actually talking to you, on Twitter. Like, when I'm tweeting things, I'm doing a lot of exercises like that on a 5-second chart, a 15-second chart, and I'm using literally like a 15-minute higher low. It doesn't even have to be far away from wherever price is at. And I'm just trying to get like 3 handles, 4 handles, and then boom, there it is. If it allows that much range, there it is. And I show my son all the time, like this is it. Like, literally, that's your whole week at this coffee shop right there, just like that. And literally in 3 minutes, that's your whole week dealing with that shit over there, and people talking to you like you're subhuman over a fucking coffee. And these people are ignorant. You should hear some of the stories he talks about. And as much as I want him to be able to say, this is my last day, fuck all of you, I'm done, I ain't never gonna come back here again, I need him to experience that, because it will motivate him to never want to ever do that shit ever again. That's what it was like for me when I was working all these fucking menial jobs, working for people that I knew. Just because you went to college, you're not even smart, you're a dumbass. Like, you don't even know what you're doing as your own job. That you don't even know how to do your job. I know your job, and you're the manager, and you're trying to tell me when I can have off, when I can do certain things. Nah, get the fuck out of here. I'm not going to be submissive to that. I'm going to change everything. They don't have that. He's having it now. He's learning that. And it's good for him to have that. It's good. It builds character. It's not, oh, you're letting your children do stupid shit. You're so rich, you should be doing that. Man, fuck off. When your kids get older and they are in a working age, if you give them all, which you don't have as money, but if you were able to give them money, you're not setting them up for anything, for success. You're giving them money they didn't earn, because I've watched this with my older two. They squandered it. They fucking wasted it. They blew it on dumb shit, and then got into more debt. And then I had to bail them out. Credit card debt. Couldn't make their car payment. Okay, there you go. Boom, there it is. Oh, well, Dad's got me. I ain't got to worry about shit. Let me just do stupid stuff. Well, there you go. And I regret it. I wish I could go back and change it and never have done it. And then add that to a young man having a long-term relationship, and it fails because of his own actions. And then feeling like he gave the best thing in his relationship life, that life partner that could have been with him still, he let it go. And I think it eats him up. Like, it's bad. He can't fix that. And when depression hits you and it's physical, it's just real hard to shake it. And every decision you make is not really clear-headed. And you don't want to do that when you're trading, which is the reason why I mentioned all that stuff before. And I know some of you have things that you would never talk to me